Hi, I'm Sarah Elizabeth. Welcome to the Ingles table. As a wife, a mom, and an educator, I know how busy life can get. But today we're going to take a break from the crazy schedule to spend a little time creating something absolutely divine. My very own Riesling Risotto with Pesto Pronto, Blistered Tomatoes, and Parmesan Chicken. Ingles has everything we need to amaze your guests. Now it's time to get in touch with our inner gourmet and get cooking. Okay, let's get started on making this delicious dinner. First, we're going to start off with my Pesto Pronto, which is super easy to make and tastes so fresh. I've added a couple of cups of fresh basil leaves here, and I've toasted some pine nuts because if you just put them in raw, they don't quite have that warm, rich flavor. So to the basil leaves, I will add our pine nuts. Lid on here, pulse them a few times. All right. Smells delicious. To this, we are going to add some grated Parmesan cheese, or shredded, excuse me, and also a clove of garlic. We'll pulse this just a few more times. Fantastic. And the last step is just to add a little bit of olive oil. Add about 1/4 cup, but I'll put a little bit of fresh salt and pepper, freshly ground pepper in here. Once more. This is so quick and easy, will taste great on our Parmesan chicken. For a tip on how to preserve this and freeze it, just visit the website and explore more. So we'll get started here. I've got a mix of cherry tomatoes, some heirloom variety as well, and this brings a lot of nice color to our dish. So this is super simple. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Just drizzle that across all of those beautiful tomatoes. Then we'll use a little bit of salt, some pepper, and I also have an Italian herb seasoning grinder, and this has great Italian spices like rosemary, some hot pepper flakes, and really adds a little bit of extra flavor to these delicious tomatoes. So what we'll do now is put these in the oven for about 10 minutes. You kind of got to keep an eye on them. About midway through your 10-minute cook time, you'll want to shake the pan just to make sure everything's evenly cooked. But when these come out of the oven, you will have a delicious, sweet, and healthy part of your dinner. Okay, so our blistered tomatoes are about halfway done in the oven there. So now we can go ahead and start seasoning our chicken breasts. I purchased Ingles Harvest Farms organic chicken breasts for this. We're just gonna salt each one. Add a little pepper as well. And we will finish by drizzling with just a little bit of olive oil. Okay, and you can hear the oven. The tomatoes are just about done. And this is gonna cook for about 10 minutes on a 350-degree oven. And you'll just wanna keep an eye on it again, flip it about halfway through the cook time, and then add an additional 2 minutes, put some shredded Parmesan on top, and then when you plate this up, you'll add that beautiful Pesto Pronto. All right, our pesto's made, the chicken's in the oven, and our tomatoes are finished. So our last step is making our Riesling Risotto. So I've started by putting 5 cups of Harvest Farms chicken broth in our pot here with 1.5 cups of water. I brought that to a boil and then lowered it to simmer. I've melted some butter in this pan and have diced an entire onion, and we're ready to add 2 cups of Arborio rice. And also we will add 2 cloves of minced garlic. We just want to cook it until the edges of our rice are translucent. So we'll go ahead and do that now, and we'll be right back. Okay, our rice is now translucent, so we're going to go ahead and add a cup of Biltmore Riesling. This is one of my favorite wines. Because Ingles likes to source locally, I feel that this is a great ingredient for this delicious dish. We want the rice to absorb all of that wonderful flavor, so we'll let that happen and I'll be right back. Okay, our Riesling is absorbed in the rice, so our final step will be to add 5 cups of this hot broth to our risotto. And then we will cook this for about 16 to 18 minutes, and we are going to stir it twice during that process. This smells amazing. I'll cover this up for 16 to 18 minutes. We'll stir it twice, and I'll see you soon. Okay, let's check and see how it looks. Fantastic. Most of our liquid has been absorbed. We are going to add just 1 more cup of our chicken broth. Add a little salt and pepper. Okay, we'll stir this around. That looks so creamy and wonderful. And a final step is to add a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. Okay, everything is mixed in there beautifully, so I'm going to go ahead and plate this up and we'll be right back. All right, it looks like dinner's almost served. We've got our Parmesan chicken, our blistered tomatoes, our pesto pronto, and our Riesling risotto. I want to thank you so much for joining me here at the Ingles table. Explore the site for more great tips, tricks, and recipes. See you next time.